Hello everyone, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. This video is going to be very relaxed, very chill. This is kind of like an update and also kind of like a video for me to hold myself accountable for my goals for 2025. This video is also going to be in two parts. The first half is going to be kind of like YouTube-y centric, and then the second half is going to be all like my creative stuff. Not that YouTube isn't creative, but you know, like my filmmaking and my writing and my acting and such. So my goals for YouTube in 2025 is to grow the channel, expand it more. Last year was great because I finally had enough, viewers and watch time to get monetized, and I was monetized throughout most of 2024. However, the thing is with monetization is that right now I'm kind of earning not a lot. To be a little bit upfront, most videos I make earn like a couple of pennies, sometimes pounds. The YouTube game is not as glamorous as people make it out to be, and even too, when big YouTubers go like, I don't earn that much, I kind of believe them now. You know, when you hear YouTubers say, I really don't earn that much, I do believe them to an extent. Like, there are like the big channels that earn enough to earn an income, earn a living and such. But in terms of right now, with the subscriber base I have, the watch time, the analytics I have, I don't earn a ton. And this year I want to change that by growing the channel. I want more of you guys in the comments section. I want more of you guys watching the videos, interacting. I'm still contemplating the idea of channel memberships because, I don't know, there's something about it in terms of like, it takes a lot for me to get some of the videos I make out a week. Especially the movie commentaries, and honestly, the movie commentaries are like my favorite thing to do. They are my favorite format. When I started doing them and implementing them last year in 2024, it was easily some of my favorite videos to make. There was something about it that felt authentic. You know, because when I review a new movie and such, I don't remember all the details, but when I do a movie commentary, I have the film in front of me, I can watch it, I can react, I can pause things. There are times where I'm not super eloquent. Like for me, my favorite video of last year was my Doom Part 2 commentary because I felt like I had the balance of being very eloquent. I knew what I wanted to say about the film. I had so many thoughts and ideas. And obviously now there are more things I want to say about Doom Part 2. I would happily do a second Doom Part 2 commentary. But at the end of the day, like the movie commentary format for me is just so much fun, and I really enjoy doing them, and I want more films to do in 2025. I have a couple right off. Like I want to do the Narnia films and I want to do Gladiator 2, and I do want to be a bit more thoughtful about the movie commentaries I release and hopefully time them perfectly so that when, say, a sequel like Wicked for Good comes out, I can do a movie commentary on the first Wicked, because I didn't do a video on the first Wicked because I saw it kind of late and the hype for it died down, and so in many ways it makes sense for me to do a movie commentary for Wicked before Wicked Part 2, Wicked for Good comes out. Narnia is going to be relevant because obviously Netflix is rebooting Narnia with Greta Gerwig, and they're making like a Magician's Nephew film, I think. Because the thing I will say, and I will save it for the Narnia video as well, is that The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, the film from 2005, is kind of perfect, and you don't ever really need to remake that. Anyways, Narnia talk aside, another thing too with YouTube is that I want to be a little bit more consistent, because last year I did take a break during the summer because I went on holiday. I did a 3-week course with the National Youth Theatre and I met a bunch of amazing people, and it was an amazing time, and I do not regret any of it. But in terms of my consistency on YouTube, it did drop a little bit. And I won't lie, in terms of growing the channel, I do feel like there are times where I do have to do like a video a day, but at the same time too, I have this mentality because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I don't like releasing things unless I feel like they're good content. Like when you see small YouTubers growing their channel and they make a video a day, for me it feels very low quality and I don't like that. I also have this feeling too where like I can't generate a video idea a day. I don't know. Because I feel like for growing the channel, doing a video a day would help, but also too, it's not how I work. For me, it's always quality over quantity. But another thing too also is that with growing the channel, there's also going to come haters and such. And throughout 2024, oh boy, I had to deal with some haters. Well, that was not fun. Like, it got to the point where I had to turn off the YouTube notifications for my channel off my phone. Like, I still get comments. Comments are not turned off. I will not turn off comments and such. But it did get to a point where, like, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd check my phone, and I would just see hate comments, and I'm like, I can't be bothered for this right now. I woke up in a terrible mood, and now this has just made my mood even worse. But also too, that is the nature of YouTube and such. I've just done things in my personal life to minimize the impact it has on me in terms of like, whether that be turning off my notifications off my phone, whether that be just ignoring the haters. Though there are some videos where couldn't ignore that. Oh god, the Marvel color grading part 2 video, that was a war zone in there. It's a part 2 to a video I made 2 years ago, and I thought people, I mean, bear in mind, this is also kind of like my fault. I assumed people would go and watch the first part, where I was like, I'm not hating on the people behind the scenes, but also the Marvel movies are kind of ugly. Nope, my mistake. They just flooded my comment sections with hate stuff, and I was like, guys, I wasn't like being that mean. I mean, I'm an opinionated person, there's no doubt about it, but I wasn't trying to like insult the people, you know, who worked on Marvel movies. I'm more just critiquing the fact that one of the most, you know, influential movie franchises of all time just looks ugly and they just need to fix their color grading. And it also just made me realize too that MCU fans are kinda hard to talk to or like debate with. I feel like they're the most like fragile fan base, and I don't mean that in like a very mean way, but like they do kind of get a little bit insecure when like you critique the movies. Like I had that with my Deadpool and Wolverine commentary where like I'm just giving my thoughts on watching the movie, and even in that commentary I start off by saying I love this movie, however, but like for some reason like whenever like an MCU fan like hears like a bit of criticism, like they just see red and they just want to like fight everyone and they just want to like insult, and I'm like, guys, it's not that deep. But yeah, that's not a critique on like all Marvel fans. It's just like certain sections of the MCU fan base, they get really fragile and they just don't want to debate and talk. They just want to like attack, and that is something that I have kind of like had to like filter out in my YouTube career because hater comments are really annoying. Not that they're not allowed to have their own opinions. I mean, like, I welcome the challenge of differing opinions. Like, you're allowed to have it, and I like hearing different, you know, perspectives. It's just that when you get really heated about it and you start insulting, not really a fan of that, because then I kind of just dismiss it and I go, okay, cool, you're probably not worth talking to. At least on that specific topic. Like, I'm sure if we met in real life and we were to have a conversation about it, it would be nice and civil and polite. But over the internet, people just feel like, oh, they can't see who I am, so I'm just going to be really mean and hateful. Like, the amount of, like, mildly racist comments I got throughout last year was just, guys, come on. Remember, kids, racism is not cool. But yeah, overall, in terms of my goals for YouTube, it's just to do more. Grow the channel more. Hopefully implement YouTube memberships. Like, I do have ideas, but like, the problem is too, is I feel like right now, because it takes effort for me to make the videos, and I have limited time because obviously I have a job. I'm this is like a part-time hobby in a sense. I'd love for this to be my full-time job where I'm just earning the amount of money I am and I'm making films on the side and I'm doing the YouTube content and just growing the channel, growing my platform. You know, I have the money from YouTube to, you know, self-finance my films to where I can pay my actors. I want to be philanthropic, you know, like I want to like kind of expand my production company, expand the team and such, but just don't have the money for that right now. And like, there are things I am doing behind the screen to, you know, grow the channel and such, but also I need you guys. I need you to spread the word, talk to friends, talk to family, share the channel, share the videos, share the content, share it on Reddit, share it on, you know, various social media platforms, expand the channel so we can have larger conversations and we can have very, you know, interesting, intriguing conversations about our favorite fandoms. You know, in terms of like fandom content and stuff, Wheel of Time season 3 is coming out, but also too, I want to finish the books. I've been on this book series for like 2 years. I'm ready to be done with it now. Not in a negative way, because there are some books I definitely want to reread. Like The Great Hunt is one of my favorite books. It's such a great book. I love The Great Hunt. It's so cool. But also too, Wheel of Time, you've kind of outstayed your welcome a little bit, but not in a negative way, but in the sense of like, okay, cool, I love you. It's time to go now. Dune videos will appear every so often, I think, but I don't really know how, because I kind of gave up watching Dune Prophecy, but also too, I don't think there's like a ton of Dune stuff coming out this year. Harry Potter, when like more information on the HBO show comes out, we'll talk about it, because right now, I'm very anti Harry Potter on HBO right now. I'm so anti it. I can make a whole video, but I'm gonna wait till like official news and casting has like happened before I talk about it. Percy Jackson season 2 is coming out this year, isn't it? I think that will be fun. That'll be interesting. I hope to see an improvement, because season 1 is fine, but it's let down compared to what it could be. Oh, and obviously James Gunn's Superman's coming out and stuff. There's going to be like lots to talk about, and we'll talk about it as the weeks go by. But as of right now, yeah. My main goal for 2024 in terms of YouTube is growing the channel, growing the audience. Now for my other goals, which are a little bit more personal, but not super personal. Like, I'm not going to be like, guys, I'm going to like heal the inner trauma within me. No. This is all about like me as a filmmaker and stuff. Because again, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a creative, I'm a man who wears many hats. Some of it does link into the fact that I want to grow the channel because I want to up the amount of money I earn through YouTube, because I want to self-finance my films and I want to pay my actors. But in terms of what you can expect from me filmmaking wise, at the bare minimum, I'm making a fantasy musical that we are in the middle of pre-production. I hope to release the crowdfunding video and trailer by the end of the month, because I want you guys to contribute, see your name in the credits and such. But also too, I need a little bit of help, guys. I can't just entirely self-finance this because again, I got other responsibilities and such. But regardless of that, the film will still be made regardless of if we reach our crowdfunding goal. And apart from The Singer's Tale, which is the fantasy musical film project, I also want to make 2 more short films. One of them is a football film in the style of Challenges, and the other one might be the return of a certain street side magician. And speaking of E.F. Manar, E.F. Manar is a character that I have created that I also want to expand upon. Like, that short film I made was obviously a passion project, but also too, I want it to be the start of something. As I was developing that film, I had more ideas and such, and obviously the short film that I want to make for it this year, hopefully, will then lead into the bigger plan. The bigger plan being a feature film. Like, I have a feature film idea for E.F. Manar, which is essentially him building his theatre. But before I develop the feature, I want to turn the story into a book, into a Roald Dahl style book. And I want to get that either published or self-published and out into the ether so then I can adapt the film from the book. And speaking of books, I also want to get my debut novel, The Brothers' Legacy, out. Now, if you've seen my mockumentary, The Brothers' Failure, you'll know that at the end I said I was writing a book called The Brothers' Compendium. The Brothers' Legacy is the same book, I've just changed the name to make it more marketable. I mean, like, there's a whole, like, in-universe thing that, like, the book is called The Brothers' Compendium, but in terms of marketing and submitting it to publishers and literary agents and such, I've changed the name to something more marketable, and I want to get that out this year, because I won't lie, last year I was just sitting on that manuscript and I just didn't know what to do, and now I'm writing out to literary agents, I'm trying to submit to publishers, and if that all falls through, I want to self-publish because I want this story out there. I want you guys to see it and read it because it's kind of great. But I want you guys to experience this story because again, that book is going to lead off into a bigger trilogy of books that I want to write, and I need to like outline it because I've outlined it just in my head. But yes, I want to get my fantasy novel out there for you guys to read because from everyone that I know that has read it, they love it, and I want you guys to read it. Hopefully it will be traditionally published. If not, self-publishing is the way to go, I guess. But yeah, I think for now, those are a nice set of goals for me to achieve in 2025. Expanding the YouTube brand, more creating, more storytelling, more writing, more acting, just more creativity. And I hope if you're watching this video, it inspires you to be creative, whether that be writing, dancing, painting, whatever your craft is. Just create. Tell your stories, and hopefully this video has motivated you to go and do that. If anything, make a video similar to this and, you know, keep yourself accountable, because that's kind of why I'm making it. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. This is just my goals for 2025. Don't think I'll do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing. I mean, I kind of just did it. But yeah, no outro today. Just go out, have fun, and Happy New Year.